Allah. Thank you so much. You have a good
Yes,
day.
sir. Thank you. You too.
Yes, sir. So now I'm gonna go to Air Force One. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking. It's good to see your face. Eh?
Same here, sir. Same here.
Brilliant. So your shots, please. Go for it.
Yes, sir. I think good afternoon for every parliamentarian who are on the show. So I'm gonna start by. I think yesterday when I called in on the show, I was trying to talk about the elders who were present at the ECOWAS meeting they had, the Gigibe, the likes of the Sultan of Sokoto, whatever, that they are all mute, but I know that the end thereof of whatever Tinubu is trying to pull up is going to be disastrous because, um, like, it's become. We are all aware right now that the northern part of the country, probably almost a few people, they have relatives in Niger. They have relatives in Niger who lives in there, and which this decision of them invading the country it's not going to sit well with them. So I think if they still move on with this their decision of standby and invading the country, it's going to be like a time bomb. Not even time bomb. Disaster will be so alarming, very very alarming. It will be so alarming. So that is that about that one. And another thing I want to talk about the Nigerian thing is that nobody wants military to take over any nation that has been democratically, uh, existing in democracy. But even the crusader of democracy, that is the Western world or the West, who are the crusader pretty much that we try to emulate. I think I'm seeing them using this thing as a weapon to come over here, impose indirectly who they want to govern the nation that they can control, and from there, siphoning and embezzling our resources, and um, in return, giving us peanuts, making African poor. Like in Yoruba language, they will say, "Àwọn ọmọ ẹlẹ́ran, wọ́n wá ń jẹ." Can you imagine, for example, when the president of Uganda was talking the other day from the clip Mayegun showed yesterday during the show? The guy said they have uranium, and people came over to to take permission probably to be mining it or whatever, or whichever way they dig it out from the ground. And the proposal presented to them, nobody even come back. So they will come take all our stuff to their country, build up their country, while Africa still remain poor. But the sad part of this is that even the Africans, the Nigerians, for example, because I'm in Nigeria, I can only talk about Nigeria. They didn't even know what is even happening. They didn't even know. They are novice, some of them are novice, they didn't even know there is a life somewhere that Nigeria can be better than the way it is. We live in Western world. We see the way things are done, rule of law, which is going to bring me to judiciary or Judy's Coco, whatever they call them. Judy. Like I've been saying this before. I don't have any expectation, like zero. My expectation like zero with judiciary, because if Boko Haram can even boycott or neglect the court order, court rule, court judgments, and still have Nnamdi Kanu where he is today. So what expectation do we want to have? Or should we have? Or should anyone even have in the judiciary, regarding the tribunal that is whatever, when they are writing their judgment or all the likes. So, and when it comes to the farmers, all these things they've been saying about farming in the nation, you want to give farmers what do they call this? Aids and everything like that, whereby farmers cannot even go to their farm and till their land and plant crops and everything because there is insecurity. Why don't you take care of insecurity first? and make everywhere or every region peaceful. Now people can go to farm, till their land, and produce many food. I mean, foods for the nation. So I mean, my people will say tí oúnjẹ bá ti kúrò nínú kíní kan iṣẹ́ ti bùṣe àbí wọ́n ti máa ń sọ. Yeah,
Yeah.
people need to eat. Nigeria are solving.
Thank you so much, Air Force One. As usual, it's such a pleasure to have you
Thank you,
around.
sir. Thanks for the opportunity.
Sir, thank you. So that's from Air Force One. Because we have a tradition, parliamentarians, we have a tradition here. And that tradition is that even when we still have a lot of us who haven't spoken, when we have a lady among us, we always kind of give them that courtesy, ladies first, and then because I mean, usually they say politics is for men, now man thing, but these days we are now having more and more and more women. Our women who are kind of not just interested in local and international politics, they are more knowledgeable about what is going on. And it's such a pleasure to have them around whenever we are lucky to have them like this. So I'm going to give this to Milady. I know if it's ideal for you to pull over, that's okay. You might do that for us because it's going to be your shot. I'll help you on mute. That's right.
Okay.
So my Milady Victoria. Ma,
hello, everybody. It's so nice to see you guys face to face. Maegun, is a pleasure meeting you face to face as well. My driving is very short, don't worry, but I will be fine. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the parliamentary, and everyone on the forum. It's my pleasure being here today, and I'm so happy to be part of this group and also part of the platform. You know, one thing I would say is that pardon me for speaking Yoruba for some time and I will speak English. I'm sorry. I just have to do some proverbs. And they said, Omo ale lo fowo si juwele babe.
That's right.
If you are born by a father, you know your father, you know your mother, you will not be doing this to your brothers and sisters. That's just a point blank. What they are doing in Nigeria right now is still going to haunt them, haunt their generation, their family, everyone that is part of them. You know, it's so sad because when we look back, when we're growing up, things were they were not like this. Things were so easy, even it's difficult for our parents, but they will still assure us, don't worry, we will get it. Especially when it's Christmas period. I don't know if any of you, your parents take you to Balogun or wherever to go and buy Christmas shoes and clothes. Sure, you understand? We all looking forward to that period. That, oh, you know, Christmas is coming. We're definitely going to Balogun. We don't look to say we're going abroad. No. We go to Balogun, shop right there with our parents. We are so happy in the market. We get into the car. We even visit Leventis in Balogun. It's just like abroad. And we're so happy and content with all those things. And we go back home. Christmas Day, we kill 4 or 5 chickens or even 2 with jollof rice. We are happy. You can't see that these days. I know the whole system is messed up. Definitely messed up. But it's now up to us. We of this generation, how we're going to fight it, how we're going to, you know, deliberate about it, and, you know, get our mandate back. That is just the point. And that's what everyone is fighting for. Judiciary or no judiciary, I know God is up there. God will do what he has to do. And he's going to do it. And we will surely take control of everything by the grace of God. That's just my own contribution. Nice to meet you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much as well for at least, partially. Right? You should drive
Thank
safe,
you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. All right.
Right. Now, let's go back to our rota. Okay. It's important that we then go. I think now you have to help me now. All right. I know I've added extra other people, right? I know Kizzy. I know that Moye. Which one of you goes first?
Moye.
I know it's between two of you. Kizzy.
Moye. No, Moye goes first.
Moye. Right. Now it's gonna be you, Ozemoye. Brother, how are you?
Brother Abayego, good evening, my dear Parliament members.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maego, for everything you do. I really appreciate you. Anyway, is Muktala Mohamed Ozemoya. I'm talking from France.
Yes.
Before I started watching your program,
Great
once I
Mohammed.
see
Moya.
Muktala Mohamed Ozemoya, I'm from Edo State. Raymond Dokwesi.
Yeah, you have a lot of explanation to make. Oh, you have to give evidence. Go on.
Raymond Dokwesi is my townsman. He's still our kinsman, anyway, from Agenebude from Edo State.
Yes.
So, anyway, before I start watching your program, once Maego is live, I just put like before I forget, and I put share so that everybody will know I'm on Maego's program. Let me manage my point, Maego. Thank you very much for all you do. God bless you. God bless your family. We know how it takes to be in Europe, taking care of family and the same program. Osita, I always listen to your analysis. You are my VIP any day, anytime. Sometimes I listen to your telephone conversation. I have to go back again and reason with you and imagine how you've seen things. I respect your analysis a lot. Madam Charms and Princess, may God bless you and every member also. So my point here is, as far back 1985, 88, I have a family friend. She told me her father was working with Nigerian Airways. As at then, when the airline was having problem, instead of the airport authority to repair the plane or the aircraft, they would say, just park it there. As at far back 1988 or 85, just park it there. This man presently now is in US. He was like saying, but this thing is not normal now. Why would these people be saying park the plane? That was how Nigeria, to cut the story short anyway, that was how Nigeria Airways had one or two issues. At the end of the day, everything came up to be blah, 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 blah. Nigeria affects most of us in diaspora, indirectly or directly. If it's not from family, it's from friend, it's from sister, it's from brother. I had health issue, I'm having child problem challenges, I'm having house strength, instability of, even if you want to do business, instability, something you buy yesterday, 5 naira, they'll tell you now it's 10 naira, is really killing. And African Wala said something about Buhari before I forget, because I wrote some points here. If the same Buhari, our former president, that the kinsmen of Igbo land went to Aso Rock to visit him and pleaded to him to please release Nnamdi Kanu, the man just ignored it, did not do anything, he left the post, and nothing happened. At the end of the day, we are where we are. Nigeria. When I was representing Nigeria during the Commonwealth Games, we went to Scotland. Now, in your country there in 2014. My story as being a foreign athlete, they paid allowance. I said, okay, where's my allowance? They said, I didn't put my name. When they go back to Nigeria, they're going to give me my allowance. At the end of the day, they went back to Nigeria. They now told me the Secretary General of the Commonwealth team, the man died. Okay, if the man died, how can I get my money? They said the file. They don't know, or they can't even find the file. That was how Nigeria did not pay me my £2,000. No, $2,000, sorry. Nigeria has happened first. That was 2014.
Tell them,
when
say
I was
you're Salah Muhammad.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
God damn it, man.
No. Nigeria. Everybody just have his own story. Man of Prestige, I only see your program with Dr. Ruben. I enjoy your analysis anyway. But Osita, I hope to see you and I hope to have a chat on one-on-one with you. I enjoy your analysis. Princess, Madam Charms, let me give other people chance to talk. But Nigeria has happened to me, and I don't pray it happen to someone else. But Nigeria, we will meet in court for all LP candidates. Please just reduce all LP people. Please reduce your expectation. And lastly, Maego, I don't know if I still have time.
Yeah,
how about that? Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, how about the soldier man? What's that his name again? The soldier man that is still in prison. Any news regards of his family? Because my father was into military anyway. And when Osita, sometimes when he's talking about Ilupeju, Maryland, I was born in Ikeja Cantonment, military barrack. Ikeja military cantonment, Lagos State, Nigeria. I was born there. I went to school there before I traveled to France. So whenever you're talking about Elupeju, Antonio, I was just laughing. Mayegu is warlord. So
Yeah,
life.
let me quickly answer you. Let me quickly answer you, by the way, on that Corporal Martins.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, something is I actually spoke to him today. Like, he's been
Wow.
trying to speak to me for the past 1 or 2 weeks. Okay. I have an
Okay.
update. Him is fine, and
Okay.
he's going to come onto this program soon. He's currently
Okay.
doing some clearance and all that. They've honorably discharged him. Okay.
Okay.
They said under for health reasons. So he's been discharged from the military, but we are now working on, would they pay him his severance, or they will make him suffer for it, or we will need to get him a legal aid and all that stuff. I mean, your mind is so great that your mind actually went straight to him, and I spoke to him today. Nice one,
Okay.
Baba. I will come back here with more on him. Okay, thanks for asking, by the way.
Director, cut your mic. Cut your mic. Cut your mic.
Hey, I know. You should have a good one. That's what I meant when I said the conversation can be lagging or overlapping. Did you experience that with Ozemoya? I mean, Ozemoya there now. I had to slow down because he was kind of hearing me late. I hope it won't affect other parliamentarians here right now. So let's go to Kizzy. And from Kizzy, we're going to go to Ifeanyi. Others who are supposed to be in between, be like, say they don't disappear, but I'll bring them back. And for now, let's hear from Kizzy. Kizzy, Baba, how you doing, sir?
Agama Ego, I did fine. I just want to greet you. Tuale, sir, you are doing well, right? So I'm not gonna take much of our time. I just want to go straight to the point. And first, I'm gonna comment on ECOWAS versus Niger, because it's kind of funny that, especially going by what I think the second caller actually said about, the worst civilian government being better than the best military and stuff like that. But I kind of ask myself, ECOWAS, we've had instances in so many countries in West African sub-region, where democratic elected governments are messing up big time. And I'm not the only one saying it. I've had a lot of commentary on television and stuff like that, where people are making the same point, and they've never uttered a word to say, okay, this thing is not good. People perpetuating themselves in government for over the years. People actually, okay, let me even use Nigeria as an example. We saw what happened at Lekki Toll Gate. That was overseen by a civilian government, a massacre by a civilian government, and nothing happens. Nobody's taking responsibility for that. Lagos State government keep denying till today that nobody died, even though they are going to bury over 100 and something people, mass burial. So it's kind of an irony that they will come up and, without gauging the pulse of the nation, Niger in particular, to see why is it that people are celebrating these people. And I tell you of a fact that if the same thing happened in Nigeria today, people will be on the street celebrating the military. I'm not praying for that, but I'm telling you, if you gauge the pulse of the nation, it's the same thing that will happen in Nigeria. If such an action is taken by the military, it will be the same thing. Why? Because people have seen that elections in Africa is about what the neo-colonialists want. If it goes their way, that is perfect democracy, right? But if it goes the way of the people, then there is something else. Now, let me give you an example. You see what is happening in Kenya, right? You see where the opposition is mounting pressure on the government that won clearly an election. Why? Is it that the West is not saying anything about it, but they want the government to allow the opposition to have a free hand to do demonstration? That is the typical lie that the Western media and government will tell us, right? Now, let me also point to the fact that there is this misconception that I've noticed, when we say things, maybe by omission or by commission, right? When we say that, oh, our Northern brothers, how far, this shege that you does, how about the renewed shege? This, to me, when we say that, we kind of try to, make it look like there was an actual election that produced Tinubu. No election produced Tinubu. Tinubu did not win. Tinubu did not even come if you ask me, even the man from Kano even came before Tinubu in terms of, who came first, second, third, and stuff like that, right? So when we say those things, it will be as if there was actually an election that actually produced him by the people, basically by the northern elements. No, I want us to disabuse our mind from that. Tinubu did not win any election in Nigeria, and that is how it is. Now, also look at Francophone countries and their disenchantment with what France is doing. And I tell you of a truth. You see what is happening in Francophone countries is actually also happening in the Anglophone countries. It's just that we are not looking at it deeply. When we look at it deeply, we see what is happening. You see that pipeline that is going from Nigeria all the way from Chad all the way to Europe. What do you think that it is? That is? It's the same thing that is happening with the mines in Chad and all the rest of it. It's the same thing, right? So let me just leave it at this stage. I thank every one of you. Maggie, you're doing a great job. God bless you.
Thanks a lot. Right. I appreciate this as well. And then your patience too. And thanks for that contribution. So let us go to Ifeanyi. I've got this kind of a big face there. Sir Rudolph Okonkwo. Such a pleasure to have you with us tonight as well, right?
Thank you.
We will get to you too, right? So let's talk to Ifeanyi, who is waiting. So Ifeanyi, how are you, sir? I can help you on mute.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I think I can. Hang on.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can. Please.
Okay. The government, they're looting. The politicians and it's the educated people that are helping them to rig our elections. So when we talk about education, it's actually the educated people that are helping those people that are uneducated to rig our elections. There is no way for Africa if we're going to think about money interest first before we think about our humanness first. We are humans first before money. But they're letting their brain be occupied with money. And all the things they're doing, even if you look at the Senate House, they're talking about giving them money to go home with. I heard Akpabio saying they're giving them money to go home on, whatever they're doing, so that they can. It's all about money for them. You cannot equate a human being with money. We are humans first before the material interest. But these politicians think about money first, and that is what is pushing Africa backwards. You think about ECOWAS. What's going on in there? They don't care about the election that went on in Nigeria. They don't care about NSAS killing. They don't care about nothing. But when it comes to their materialist interest with the West, they get attention. Who sold us to slavery? They did. These people called the Western people to come to Nigeria to murder my people, the Igbos, for 3 years. They starved us, they killed us, did everything they can with the Western interest. These people are not there for us. They are there for themselves. Our politicians have not changed the way they think. They think one way and one way only. What's going to favor them, not for their people. Every politician you see in Nigeria, they're thinking one way only. What will it benefit me and my family? Their families are not in Nigeria. Their family go to West. The same way Putin said, Nigeria is just a burial ground for our politicians. They build their houses over there. They train their children over there. Only when they're about to die, we bury them in our graveyards in Africa. It's a shame. We got to start, this generation right now, we try to change that concept. You play the video of Nigerians trying to japa. That is the syndrome right now. Everybody wants to take off because there's no job. They're not creating jobs. You can come to Africa and mine our gold, our coffee, our cocoa, our air diamonds, everything. You not even give, even Nigeria, they mine our petroleum. but we don't have no working refinery. What the hell? Why can't you make a contract with them and say, hey, build me one refinery before you can mine my oil? We don't have, we ship what we mine here overseas, and they're going to refine it and bring it back, and we're going to buy. What kind of sense is that? Are we dealing with monkeys? What are we dealing with? I don't even know who these people are. I don't know how they reason.
Thank you so much. Right? Yeah, that's another kind of interesting part or perspective you've taken it to, which is asking them why. Like, do we not actually deserve better, as people would say? So, thank you very much for this. So let's go on and speak. And get other people's contribution too.
Thank you.
Good one. And I have a quick message, by the way, for everyone who has participated already. Okay, the moment you have had your shot, right? Please don't send an invite back in. You are blocking other people from gaining access. You are taking their slot. Do you get that now? So when you're like removed, right? Please don't send the invite back in. I know a lot of you might want to add to what you have said already, but we have the long list and limited time. Okay, so I'm going to reshare our slots now, and then please kindly do me that favor so we can get more people on as much as possible. So out of respect, Dr. Damages, you are going to have your 5 minutes shot. Okay,
5 minutes.
Who was supposed to pass you the baton currently is missing. So the space is vacant. So I'm going to share it from you. Okay, and it's actually a pleasure having you on. Thank you very much for being part of this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the work you do. I just came on to say that I watch you. I stop by every now and then, and I want to make sure you know that you are doing a great job. And I want to use this opportunity also to invite you to be our guest on 90 Minutes Africa whenever you are free. You know, I will. If I have a way to reach you, like your contact, we talk, and I will see when you can join us.
Sure, I've got contact on there, which is what is already public, right?
Okay.
I see your message, I can go read the WhatsApp, right? Or better still, a direct message rather than WhatsApp, right? We can work that out.
Okay, good, very good. So you are doing a wonderful job. I said that already, and I really am proud of. I discovered you. Some of my friends told me about you, and since then, whenever I have free time, I stop by and listen to you. Most of the time, there's no space to come in, so I was surprised today. I saw there were a room, and I said, okay, let me come in and say hello to you. Thank you so much for what you do. I think I wanted to say the only thing I wanted to say is that looking at Nigeria today. I think one of the things that we're missing, there are signs about what will happen, and we don't have a kind of what do you say? People say a way to look back. We don't look back at things. I was reading the WikiLeaks today. I was reading things that Bola Tinubu said to the Americans as governor in WikiLeaks. If you guys remember the cables that were published long ago. And I was shocked that we let everything that happened that period to slide. This guy was just like an asset to the Americans, telling the Americans everything about. I was thinking, the Americans, they shouldn't have CIA in Nigeria or FBI, because Nigerian officials basically walk up to the ambassador, tell them everything about the country. So I think that we keep missing opportunities to deal with our people who are bad people. And then we hope that things will change when the same people will now take bigger positions. If you go back and read the WikiLeaks and see what some of these people now running the affairs of Nigeria, what they say to the Americans, how they revealed information, Nigeria's own information to the Americans, you will know that they are just going to do exactly what they are doing. How do people believe that someone like Ababio could be a good Senate president, will care about the people, when you know his track history? How could people believe that there is any way that Bola Tinubu will not do the things he's doing now? So our people are so I don't know how. Sometimes I blame the media. I understand the restrictions and the problems that the media we all have, but there's a need to always remind people about who these people are, not what they are trying to portray, what's the painted picture they are going to give. And you do a great job. There are some periods that will come and you are talking about what happened in the 50s, in the 60s, which are things that people have forgotten. People don't even have an idea that this is where we started. This is why we cannot go further than where we are. So I just wanted to say, for those who are watching and those who are in the panel, I say we should do more to reflect on where we are coming from. Because if we don't know where the rain started to beat us, we are not going to know when it will start. These people you are seeing, these people that we are seeing on the scene, people like Ababio, people like Bola Tinubu, all those characters, they started somewhere. And their history, they can't change now. They are not going to change. They are going to continue to carry, because it's the same thing that works for them. If you look at what happened when the Labour Party, Labour Union, Nigerian Labour Congress, they came out to protest, and Tinubu used the same system that he used in Lagos to get them to calm down. And then things started going worse, and then they came back again, and people didn't notice this. I can tell you, I wasn't there, but I can tell you for sure that the meeting they had, they must have said to the Labour people, you know what? Go out there and demonstrate. Let this team out, demonstrate for one day, and then we'll forget about it. And that's exactly what happened. And people continue to be deceived, and they use the same formula, the same templates on our people. Our people, we need to think deeper. We need to look at the past so that we can understand today and tomorrow. That's all I want to say.
You are so right. Thank you so much. Right. There is this, I think it's a proverb, isn't it? Like, that he who failed to learn from history is bound to repeat.
Yes, and the price will double. At that point, the price will double. Yeah.
Yes, and thank you very much, and for your invitation. Right, just to make sure that whatever we're going to do, right, is not going to clash with my own people here. We are calling ourselves junkies now. Like, we can't even afford to miss our 8 p.m. Right? Or like first, we can work something out. I would love to be part of that.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys.
You have a good one. Okay. Nice one. So that's Dr. Damages. To everybody who actually knows him very well, I would say, it's quite kind of encouraging, when people who have been on this for years manage to come out and say, you are doing so nice like that. Thank you. Now, let's just share our slots again. Because of our remaining time, we still have about 50 minutes, which means we can get like 3, 4, 5 people on as well, make it 10, and then use our time so wisely before it runs out. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Nat. So sorry, Nat. You were supposed to go before that Ole Tinubu that disappeared. That my brother there, right? But again, I'm gonna start from you, sir. Nat, go. Then we are going to go straight to man of prestige. Sir, you will go after Nathaniel. And then Satoye, you will go after man of prestige. And then that will be Billy Igaro. Yours will be the one to hold the baton for the next people I'm going to bring on now, okay? Then, but please remind me as we just share that. So, Sir Nathaniel, is your shot, sir, please.
Okay. Thank you, my good general, and I salute you for your good work. And I thank all the parliamentarians tonight. I just believe that maybe one day you will move a motion like late Pa Inahoro and late Pa Awolowo. And I believe that since you are having such mind, salvation is going to come from people from the outside, because that is what they saw in the British Parliament, what they saw how the world has been organized for some people far from the black man who they always use to build their nation. You remember that the wealth, people that has wealth in this world, first, their wealth came from the slave. The slave people they took away to their nations to build their nations. Right. And after then, the world that we are today, you count the same people, their wealth, with the number of resources that is in the ground of Africa. And a black man who is doing foolishly along with them never know that they will never let him to shine as long as this world continue in the way they arrange it. So every black man or every brown man should know that they will not go to space in their nation. They will not have anything good medical care because the world has been redesigned for the favor of some people. And we know them, you know them. So I want to also say this, that what is going on, the wind of change is blowing already. That the Niger crisis is going to implode and it will enter Nigeria. For our northern brothers who have been pushing this APC Muslim ticket, who supported Buhari, and don't forget how Buhari came to power. Buhari came to power because they rubbish him from outside in the name of bring back our guests. We know who did that. And they gave us Buhari. You know the man that came to Nigeria that does not see Buhari, he went and see Buhari. He does not see Goodluck Jonathan. He went Jonathan. And meet Buhari. Yes.
You are about John Kerry that time.
Yes. And they kick out.
You see
they kick out. Yes. And they
remember?
put Buhari. And look what Buhari gave to, yes, look what Buhari gave to Nigerians. And look, Tinubu was even saying that he's going to continue from where Buhari stopped. And that is what you are seeing. The video you show about the Benue people. Has Tinubu traveled to Benue? Has Tinubu been to Southern Kaduna? So why are people doing the same thing, supporting evil, and they want to get good from evil? Now, the Northerners that are crying that, oh, we should not go to war, we should not go to war. That war is going to happen because Tinubu now, the people that are now using Tinubu, they are bigger than the Northerners who are afraid of war. And not only that, let the war come. Because if we have to die once for we to get something good, let us die so that we can get something good. 1980, when I was in primary school, they used to give us pencil free. They used to give us, you know, this chalk, slate, and so on. Primary 2, you start using, you know, all those ABCD something. It was free from the Shagari regime. What happened? Is Tinubu not in Nigeria? Was the same Buhari who kicked Shagari out of power? The same Buhari, is he not a Nigerian? Is he dead? Does he know that Shagari was trying to operate free education? Why did he kick Shagari out of power? Let me tell you, the bottom line is this. Nigeria is going to die. I'm not afraid to say this. And every person that is having the interest to keep that nation alive, that person is going to see the same wrath of Nigeria, either against him or her physically or against his people. What do you benefit as a Nigerian? When you come outside the world, they look at you as a criminal. They search you. Even in African countries, they start rejecting Nigerians. What a shame. Thank you for what you are doing. And let me quickly go to Rufai. Do you know that Rufai was among the governors who went to Obama in the White House in order for Goodluck to be kicked out? And today, people are going to say, oh, we want to be a minister. We don't expect any good thing from these people. Salvation is going to come from outside, and that is what you are doing. Every person should queue in. They will not let black man to shine. We know the people. We are in their nation. They will not let us to get up until we decide to free ourselves. And when this problem starts in the jail, everybody should rise up to make sure that these our politicians, all of them will be taken out of the way so that we will build a nation that we want, a nation that our children will not be afraid to go to. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Sir Nathaniel, that one seems that was like a passionate one. And I would say amen to everything you've said. Of course, help will come from outside. It doesn't seem that the strife or the struggle from within will be enough, even though it's going to be the catalyst. So thank you with this. I'll go straight now to, where are we? It's going to be Man of Pride. Your shot, sir. Thank you so much for your patience. So, yeah. Hang on. It seems that the audio is not coming fully, so you might need to help us check that at your end there. Oh no, this is not right. The audio, is it just me? Can you hear him? You can hear me very well, sir, right? And you are not muted, though. I wouldn't know what that is. Okay, hang on. Let's see. No audio. For some reason, it just kind of, let me see if I can now try the unmute. Let's try that. Maybe I can hear you now, sir. You can hear me loud and clear. Oh no, what happened to the audio? That's a first. Something is not right. So what I'm going to do now, sir, is this, right? You're going to come out and then you come back in. Let's try that and see. Maybe that's going to like kind of change it. So once you come back in, right, I'm going to put you next on the line. Okay. Let's try that, sir. Really sorry about that. And he's been so kind of patient all this while. He's been there. Now I'm going to go to Satoye. I think it's your shot now. Now let me try and meet you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Go for it, sir.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Very loud and clear.
Okay. I don't have much to say though. I just want to say I love what you do and I wish I can do the same, but I don't have that that vibe. I don't have it, but since 2015 to date, I don't think I've missed your program for once. Since 2015 to date, I just love. In fact, my wife and children they know. I'm in Nigeria. They know I love listening to you. When I'm driving, coming back, I will even go back to the previous one you've done. I'll still keep watching because you've really opened the eyes of Nigerians to a lot of things that has been happening in our country called Nigeria. And I wish God can save us from all these things that are happening. I just want to say thank you for everything. Thank you for what you do, and God bless you. Amen. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Satoye. God bless you too. And thank you very much for the support, all right? None of them is taken for granted. I can see, I can feel them. And when I have a chance of seeing your faces, saying them to me, it means so much. It's not taken for granted. So thank you so much for that, all right? Stay safe and say me well to Madam. Tell her that I said
all right, bye.
Right? Nice one. So that is parliamentarian Toye. Who just dropped his own beat there just to say thank you, to show that indeed we are doing right or doing well. Now, let me go straight to Sabili Igaru. Sir, while you are about to shoot, right, give me 1 second. I currently have, I think I currently have 1 second though. I think I have a Man of Prestige back. So we're going to try the audio again. Hopefully it works. And then, I'll come back to you, sir. Well, 1 moment. He's back. So, hello, sir.
How you doing, Mayego? Can you hear me?
Better now. I'm very well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
yes. So, sir Igaru, sir, I'll come back to you. Yes, sir. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm calling from California, USA. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on your platform as an unofficial investigating journalist. You are doing such a great job because I watch it sometime. I think I've only appeared on your platform once. So let me not take all my time talking. I need to utilize my 5 minutes properly. I haven't given you your commendation. My narrative is going to come from 2 dimensions. One of it is going to be beginning from home, which is Nigeria, supposedly home, then the other one is going to be about ECOWAS. This government started off in a wrong foot. I mean, everything they have so much parts, none of it is working. Beginning with the so-called parallel market, they tried to unify, the Naira. It's not working. Look at what happened yesterday. The Naira took, the worst fall ever. I think almost about 25 cents or 15 cents, Now it's about 9.20, 9.30, whatever it may be. And it's not going to get better. And ask me why. Simple economics. I mean, we are not exporting nothing. We are way deficit. So there's no way they can say whatever we want to say. I don't know who's the economic advisor advising him. It's not going to come out right, and not anytime soon, because they have started off, wrong food. That should have been the right measure to take, because we are not as prosperous as some of the developed countries. Now you want a naira unification, which is not going to work in the Nigerian economy. We need to be more productive. Look at we're importing everything. So how are you going to say parallel market, which is controlled by global economy, that is going to help your naira? It's going to get worse, before the end of the year. So it's close to 1,000. It went very fast, than I expected. That's close to 1,000 already. I thought maybe by the end of the year it would be like about 1,000, but by the end of the year it might go up to 1,400, 500. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but this is what's going to happen in Nigeria. I mean, everything they have done is not working right. I mean, the fuel subsidy is a mess to begin with. Yeah, I'm a proponent of fuel subsidy removal. If there's anything, I still have my doubts if there's anything like fuel subsidy, that was implemented before, and that one is not working. The way it was implemented, it should have been gradually, So everything is worse, When you hear some Nigerians, which are considered to be house slaves, a lot of Nigerians, they're house slaves. That's what I call them. I don't mean to insult them. Some of them claiming that, Tinubu is doing well because he's speaking to you. Yeah, he's speaking to you more than Buhari did. But what has that done to the country? Nothing. So we're in trouble, okay? Let's just watch and see. Going by Rufai, claiming today that, he wants to go and pursue his doctorate degree, I think in Netherlands or wherever. That's the reason why. No, it's because he did not fail the security test and all that kind of thing that was implemented. But I'm glad he didn't get there, him and Wike, because each one of them is the same thing, but him and Wike is probably the worst, I mean, this is man who is religious intolerance, and you want him to come into that country. So having said that, let me move back to the ECOWAS.
Yes,
they have boxed themselves into conundrum. When Tinubu or the ECOWAS, because Tinubu is the leader of the ECOWAS, when they draw that red line initially without dialoguing, they have gotten themselves into a mess, because all these ECOWAS leaders condemning military coup. The leader themselves are institutional. They carry an institutional coup in each of the civilian where they currently operate. I mean, you are condemning about the military. Remember, I'm a proponent of democracy. Okay, don't misunderstand me. But tell me what democracy has done to Africa economically. I mean, there's some freedom to a certain way. But tell me, from the military time up to the present time, tell me, can anybody tell me what economically? What has democracy benefited Nigeria? I'm not saying we shouldn't practice democracy. I mean, the same thing as the military, apart from freedom of speech, may be subjugated and everything. So that's a problem. And they have no what is the option they have right now? They have boxed themselves into a conundrum. What am I trying to say? If they don't go and invade the country, that will make other nations around, now we have Guinea, Mali, I think Guinea-Bissau, their own was aborted or whatever. You have about 4 countries in West Africa right now. If they don't go and do what they're supposed to do, which I'm against with, because it's a sovereign nation, you need to let them make the decision. That's how I look at it. But if they don't go, they're going to amplify the situation, because other smaller countries, Togo, Benin, or whatever, even Nigeria, they may see that as an opening. And the whole West Africa is going to be like Afghanistan, scatter everything. That's the way I'm looking at it. Right, the two options, none of them is good for West Africa. Africa, period. Let me just concentrate on West Africa, which is the worst of the whole Africa right now. So I just have to give my 2 cents, okay? But it's just a pleasure being on your platform, okay? But anyway, one more thing. I think I still have like a minute. Yeah, okay. I think Tinubu, whatever they are doing, somebody said they have something on Tinubu. I mean, let's not abate to that. They must have something on it. Remember what happened a while ago? They said they're not going to release Tinubu file, until the year 2026. And when this ECOWAS first started happening, I mean, the USA has over 1,000 military, and they have about 1 million, $1 million, drone there. How come they didn't find out what happened? I mean, France has about 115, military there. And now the first person they started calling was Kamala Harris. Start calling Tinubu. Biden stopped calling Tinubu. Why are they calling him? So he's going to go to war. Don't be, he's going to go war. So we don't know what the outcome is going to be. So I'm thinking they may have something on him. This is just my own personal opinion. I didn't get it from any fight. Okay. Thank you, Mayegu.
I mean,
I
a lot of people have
appreciate it.
experienced similar to what you just said as well. So therefore, there must be some iota of truth in all of this, something they have on him. So yeah, thanks a lot, the man of prestige. I'm going to go straight to Billy Igaru now. You should have a wonderful one over there, sir. So yes, sir, is your shot. And I'm gonna, before I reshare the whole thing again because of our time, yes, you are unmuted already. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I just finished working now, so I'm about to go. Oh, Billy, sorry.
All right, no problem. Mr. Mayegu, okay, good evening to everybody. I'm really happy to be here tonight. Are you people hearing me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, I'm really delighted to be here. For a long time, I've been trying to be one of this panel all these days, but I could not make it. Before I come, they are already everywhere is already choked. I'm really happy. Mr. Show, I always saw you on Dr. Damage's show. I really appreciate the way you moderate the show. I really appreciate. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayegu, my brother. Now I'm somehow addicted to your channel. No day, it's like I've lost my evening to outside walking to you, because anytime I come home, I always stay to listen to Mayegu, to Niger show, and Dr. Damages. That three channel, I don't joke with it. I'm really happy for the work you are doing for we the Africans or Nigeria. I will come on a two ground like this. I have a complaint on my own, and I have a question to ask. And again, let me just quickly choke my mouth to this Niger proxy war, as I will put it. You know, people don't really know what is happening in Niger. You know, Russia having a problem with Ukraine, a kind of the Western world was a kind of supporting Ukraine, and Russia tried to block their gas because they are the major gas source to Europe. So now Europe is going to Africa, to Nigeria in particular, to go and lay a pipe through Niger to Algeria, to Morocco, so that they can get a gas. Now Russia is going to Niger to go and block that axis, so that before they could go and take that pipe, they will have problem with them to contain. That is one, the way I reason it. I might be wrong. Two, Dr. Mayegu, this question have been bothering me. Mr. Mayegu, it have been bothering me ever since that election have took place. You know, where they continue saying that overvoting. I keep on asking myself, and all the shows I've been watching, and all the mainstream media, no one have really questioned this question, asked this question. One, those ballot paper, were they not produced by INEC and be signed before giving to a voter to go and vote? So how they come about that overvoting is what is still bothering me, what I don't understand. So please, can you educate me about it? How that come? Because I believe before they gave you a ballot paper, then we have to stamp it. Then you will go and vote and bring it back, and they go and vote and bring it back. They put it so the ballot box. So that overvoting, please educate me about it, how it comes about. Then my complaint.
Don't worry, I'll pause your 5 minutes, okay? Let's say you have another 2.5 minutes to go, okay? But quickly, overvoting is a sort of RNG scam, okay? It's a two-way thing. Now, talking about a ballot paper, numbered serialized ballot paper. Also, you have the result sheets. They have names for them. So the reason why you hear overvoting here and there is because they didn't follow the electoral process, which says if you want to vote, you show your card. Then when they accredit you, then they will give you a ballot paper. That ballot paper means if they say at this polling unit, you have 1,000 registered voters, okay? It doesn't mean that the whole 1,000 are going to come and vote that day. So in the morning, when you go for accreditation, that's when they will know the number of people that will eventually, you know what I mean, come and vote. But from INEC, they will give them that 1,000 ballot paper for that polling unit, okay? So what the political parties always do is that if they know that they want to kind of, do their cheating, is that they won't follow this serialized setting and all of that, no. They may pretend to be following them. Before now, they will be thumbprinting on just all those ballot paper, but they don't do that anymore. What they do now is just writing figure. So the way you will discover overvoting is that, let's say this area now, you have 1,000 voters, 500 come out to vote. Now, out of the 500, you have APC, you have PDP, you have Labour Party. So normally, let's say out of the 500, PDP has, let's say, 300. Oh, sorry, that's too much. Let's say Labour Party have 200.